Systems Live, feeds open. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite animes to date. It's a relatively newer one, so I don't think anyone's expecting this one of me, because I think everyone knows that like the top ones right now are Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer, which I will talk about at some point. However, just not right at this moment. Those aren't the ones I'm talking about today. Today, we're going to be talking about Solo Leveling. Yes, Solo Leveling. I haven't heard much about it from many people. I have one friend who she didn't like it, which I was kind of surprised at, because when I saw it, when I tell you, I fell in love with this one. Let's get into it. When the weakest hunter survives the wrong dungeon, the world turns into a video game only he can see, and Arise becomes a battle cry that I don't know about anyone else, but I love to hear it. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about every single character, just the important ones that showed up. I also will say I'm not going to detail what they all do in each season, because I will try my best to include like clips of the show. But though I talk about these people, I'm more speaking about them due to their importance in the series, not them being in my actual review. So just a heads up for everybody, just so you're aware, though I may speak on the people, they may or may not like specifically be mentioned as I'm talking about this, because I'm gonna review it, but it's more of a general one. I can talk about each person in the show more specifically in another video if that's what people would prefer. Like if that's what you guys want, I can do that. I can do character reviews on what they contribute in whatever episodes, how they contribute in the show entire. Like, you guys let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. They'd be character spotlights basically. So you guys let me know. I can talk about them if you want. Perfectly okay with me. But for now, because I'm doing more general ones, I'm just gonna talk about each person slightly, but not specifically in the show. Okay? These are very general. If anyone wants anything specific, I'm happy to do that. Please let me know. I would be happy to do that for any of the characters in the show. I don't mind. Also, Also, I'm just gonna preface this. This anime takes place in Korea, not in Japan. So a lot of times when they're talking about like mainland and things like that, this is taking place in Korea. So please keep that in mind when you're watching it. Don't let it confuse you, because at first I was a little confused. I thought they were in Japan, and then come to find out they're in Korea. So to say I was confused for a sec is probably an understatement. But as we always start all of these off, we're going to get into our characters, and our most important character of all, Sung Jin-Woo. He is our E rank weakest hunter who survives a double dungeon and becomes the system's player. He's relentless, observant, and quietly protective. We have Yujino, a wealthy newbie who's turned ride or die partner. He's earnest, he's our comic relief, and he is fiercely loyal. We have Lee Juni, a healer who survives the double dungeon with Jinwoo. She's kind but trauma shaken. We have Song Chi-yul, our veteran mage from Jinwoo's early raids. He's experienced, steady, and has mentor energy. We have Woo Jin-chul, a Hunter Association Inspector, A rank. This anime has rankings, yes. He's very no nonsense, sharp, and for the most part by the book. We have Cha Haein. She's an S rank swordswoman, one of the only hunters whose senses ping on Jinwoo's different mana. She's disciplined, empathetic, and slightly awkward off the battlefield. We have Choi Jong-in, S rank mage, Hunter's Guild Master. He's cool, analytical, and a professional leader. We have Baek Yoon Ho, S rank, beast type, which he can transform. A White Tiger Guild Master. He's direct, prideful, and blunt but fair. We have Min Byung-gu. Please correct me if I'm saying anything wrong. I will say this every time. Please correct me. I'd rather be corrected and say it correctly than fuck them up every time. Please correct me, please. Min Byung-gu, a legendary S rank healer. He's principled, lighthearted, and battle calm. We have Go Gun-hee. He is the chairman, Korean Hunter Association. The chairman of the Korean Hunter Association. He's retired and has national level power. Due to his age, he has a frail body, which it don't look like that at all. Like I'm not kidding. That man's body is like retired would have surprised me. And has iron will. And last but not least, Goto Ryuji. He is the top Japanese S-rank hero, has a slight importance in season 2. He's supremely confident and a national ace. He doesn't really compare to Jin-Woo, though it may seem like people make that comparison. And that last part is probably, in my opinion, I don't really think he compares to Jin-Woo. Let's say that. I don't think he compares to Jin-Woo, though a lot of people in the show make the comparison that of him in power wise to Jin-Woo. E rank Jin-Woo, aka our weakest hunter, barely survives what was supposed to be a routine raid that turned deadly. Ended up having a secret path that opened up to a godlike figure who, in all honesty, was fucking terrifying. Like, I don't know how people weren't terrified of that thing. That thing literally, from the smile alone, had me covering my eyes. I was like, oh, please. But I digress. The double dungeon has living statues and 4 commandments, and any that aren't followed lead to horrible deaths. The double dungeon turned into a massacre. Jin-Woo sacrifices himself to obey the rules and triggers the system. This unlocks a secret player arc. Jin-Woo wakes up in the hospital and realizes he's the only one who can see UI quests, penalties, and stat points. He learns the hard way that he has to complete daily quests or is dropped into brutal penalty zone lessons. The grind arc begins. We have solo gates, time quests, point allocations. He starts to get clear upgrades in strength, speed, and a newfound confidence, which the show actually shows and like personifies as it continues. He physically starts to look more rugged and less just like cute, and even his voice changes and his height changes due to the huge difference in his abilities, which if y'all not like me and y'all don't like, I'm delusional, and I know I am, because when I get a good show, I always pick at least one running anime husband. Jin-Woo is it right now. Like, yeah, we have plenty of others. Jujutsu Kaisen, there's some in Demon, like there's plenty. But right now, like the previous one was, ooh, who was it? What was his name? Oh, I don't remember his name, but look, Jin-Woo made me forget it. It was the one from, he was the one who can't speak in Jujutsu Kaisen. That was my previous anime husband. Jin-Woo is my anime husband right now. He got bumped up to number 1. So, just prefacing that. Jin-Woo forms a mutually beneficial pact of acquiring money and clearing dungeons to keep leveling up quietly, while also facing some early murder trap politics that tease the world's darker side. we get our first real solo stomp inside a dungeon, and he realizes that he can get better drops and faster clears. However, we get the shadow of something bigger in the system's intent. He pushes deeper to get harder content that will help him level up even more, and adds tools and skills that foreshadow a job pivot. Limits begin to show, and we get hints of a curated trial ahead. The stakes escalate beyond simple EXP gain. Other hunters start to realize he's not the old E-rank hunter anymore, no matter how he may be trying his best to hide it. We come to a head when someone from the association battles Jin-Woo and becomes part of his task to take down due to bloodlust. This gains him some political attention, though he wants his best to try to avoid it. A job change quest arena presents itself, and we get a duel with the overpowered Crimson Knight Egress. It seems as though the system is steering him toward a specific class. After the battle, the class is revealed. Jin-Woo's new job class is a necromancer, and we now get the new command that becomes the title for the next season, Arise. Jin-Woo mentors Han Sung-yi to show how hard raiding is while he checks his own growth. He wants to introduce her to harder raids, but this unknowingly sets them up for an unexpected gate change. They enter what they believe to be a sea gate, but it ends up turning into a red gate once they enter. Jin-Woo wipes out some ice bears, says Arise, and gains new shadows. While outside, only hours have passed and tension rises while Hwang Dong-soo simmers. Jin-Woo's shadow roster constantly expands while he is trying his best to balance secrecy versus spectacle, though he keeps getting pulled into very spectacle-like situations. All of this work preps the next step, certification and higher rank content. Jin-Woo finally decides that he needs to reassess his rank in order to not only get money, but keep moving up to higher ranks. He has his eyes set on S rank. This is especially important because he flags the Demon Castle as his real target. His goal is to beat the castle and get the Elixir of Life. And I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, the Elixir of Life, which is supposed to heal any ailment, disease, or damage. He believes this is the key to being able to wake up his mother. He makes a cash and gear run before the castle to ensure he can go in and actually make it to the end. Our Demon Castle begins in earnest. Multi-floor bosses, fire trials. It's a recipe for the Elixir of Life is slowly collected, which helps give him hope to save his mom. He officially gets recognition after being cleared as an S rank, and he tries to accelerate clearing the castle now that the doors are open, and grinds for the final ingredient while also being able to improve his shadow command. He's finally able to get to the end of the Demon Castle, and it pays off. He gets the elixir, and his family thread turns hopeful. He brings it back to the hospital in hopes that it will be the thing that gives his mother life again. And to everyone's happy surprise, it does. And we get a very cute and heartfelt family reunion. Though we did get a happy family reunion, it's also on the cusp of a potential threat arising. The creatures of Jeju Island have been evolving and are now capable of flight. One creature made it to the mainland and attacked a small village. This introduces a new problem. We have to return to Jeju Island and finish the creatures that are taking up space there. This introduces a lot of new S-rank characters who are set up to head to Jeju Island to start on a new raid. Leading up to this raid, we get an S-rank spar between Jin-Woo versus Goto, which everyone felt needed to stop partway through or they would accidentally hurt someone. While Jin-Woo declines Jeju at first, we see the Jeju raid mobilize and the ant creatures are officially introduced on screen. The Jeju raid gets underway and casualties spike as pressure mounts. They defeat the queen with not very much effort, while some other teams are taken out by a random unknown overpowered monster. With the Ant Queen gone, the Ant King asserts dominance and we see the S ranks struggle. He looks for the person considered the human's king. He first encounters Goto, but is able to end him with ease and shifts his focus back on our group of S rank heroes. The momentum shifts as Jin-Woo arrives on the field. He takes lead on fighting this creature with a bit of difficulty. He is, however, He is, however, able... I'm so sorry, I'm struggling today, guys. He takes lead on fighting this creature with a bit of difficulty. He is, however, able to defeat him after a grueling battle and surprises the other S ranks in the process, since they get to witness firsthand the severity of the power Jin-Woo has, as well as the potential he can unlock moving forward. The raid reaches its resolution fallout, and we are left to deal with the losses of the aftermath. However, after everything, that battle resets the power map and points to the next arc, showing Jin-Woo's general era is now undeniable. What I thought they did really well, the pacing his grind, it was smart alteration between training, raids, and boss set pieces. The visual language for the systems, the UI pop-ups, the penalties keep tension tangible, and the job change was a very memorable capstone that they added in there. The Arise sequence kind of sticks the landing pretty well. What I didn't love, there wasn't anything that I really thought needed to be changed about this one. I absolutely loved it. It's one of my top 3s. My first 2 being Hunter x Hunter, and then my first one being Hunter x Hunter, and then Tokyo Ghoul on number 2. Y'all don't have to agree with my decisions on my top 3, but like you're gonna listen to them, so it don't matter. Like, those are my top 3: Hunter x Hunter, Tokyo Ghoul, and this one's number 3. I absolutely love this anime, and I can't wait for the next season. Overall, I give Solo Leveling 10 out of 10 daggers. It is definitely Blue approved. He doesn't start as an overpowered character, and he's a character we literally get to watch build himself up. He's given moments that often humble him along the way, which I love, because it's common to watch overpowered characters get really cocky. But getting a character who gains his overpowered ability and is also humbled along the way is honestly so refreshing to watch. I love this anime. It's top tier. I definitely think it's worth the watch. But what did you guys think? Which fight sold you the hardest? Does the pure solo fantasy work for you, or do you want more party dynamics? I thought it was really well done, but you know, not everybody's gonna agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. For now, let's cut the feed, because my work here is done.